You know you can go scuba diving in the Red Sea in Egypt? This is what we did today. So we got picked up in our car at 8 in the morning and we went down to the port. There was a huge bag check to get in. And we didn't know what to expect because we just signed up for 2 dives with a random travel agency. And we got in and we realized we were on a big, huge tour boat full of lots of other people for a full day excursion exploring the Red Sea from Sharm el-Sheikh. This is what our boat looked like with everybody getting on board. We got a spot upstairs right in the corner, right in the sun, and we really actually felt like we were on vacation. These were some of the fish that we were expected to see. The boat set sail and I could not believe my eyes. I did not know the Red Sea was this stunningly beautiful. That boat had a water slide and I was jealous, but look at those colors of blue. I've never seen the desert meet the ocean in such a beautiful way. This is what my face looked like as I was looking at the water. Wouldn't yours look the same? When it came time for the welcome speeches, that was the English crowd and this was the Russian speaking crowd. I didn't know there were so many Russian tourists here, but there were tons. Here's me and Elliot very happy in the sun. We talked to our dive instructor and started getting all of our dive equipment ready. We learned that we were actually the only 2 certified scuba divers on the whole boat, which was pretty cool because we got private tours. Here's Elliot setting up his own gear because he's now an instructor and showing off his new tattoo. Our boat sailed all the way around the most southern point of the Sinai Peninsula called Ras Mohammed. Here's some of the views from there. Isn't it beautiful? This area is a nature reserve full of tons of coral reefs and really beautiful scuba diving and snorkeling spots. Look how happy Elliot looks looking at the amazing views. We just were on top of the world. I couldn't stop recording the water because each view that we came up upon just seemed that much better than the next. October, November is a perfect time of year to visit this area because it's not as hot as it is in the summer. This boat looked really cool. I think they also have live-aboard trips where you can go diving and snorkeling and live on board of a ship for about a week. This was our first stop. I didn't even realize those were people at first, but I brought out my David Attenborough voice. Here you see large crowds of Homo sapiens as they gather on a very small beach outside of the water. Homo sapiens adore things like this. Anyway, Elliot brought out his Speedo. We didn't realize we'd be on such a big boat, so he was a little nervous because he lost weight and his Speedo was a little big. I told him that his butt disappeared and he was like, you know what? It did disappear. Look at it. Especially in that angle. So this was our first stop. Here's all of the Homo sapiens getting off the boat and swimming to the little island. We had 2 beautiful dives all to ourselves. This is the big group of people doing Discover scuba diving for the first time, but we had only a small group for ours. I don't have any video of it yet, but here's a few pictures. I'll have some better ones in a TikTok in the future, but the water was some of the clearest I've ever seen. Our second dive was one of my favorite dives of my whole life around the tip of Ras Mohammed. It's actually ranked as one of the best dives in the whole world and actually started a shipwreck where they actually were transporting toilets. So there's tons of toilets under the water and we probably saw thousands of fish, some really big ones that were coming up from the depths and incredibly vibrant coral as well. No sharks this time, unfortunately. We also realized this island in the distance that you can barely see is a dive site called Tiran, which is part of Saudi Arabia, and they do dives there from here, so we'd like to check that one out next time. Anyway, on the way back, the sun set over the Red Sea, over the desert, and it was the perfect treat to wrap up a beautiful day on the Red Sea. Can't wait to explore more of this area.